Okay, people. I'm going to try to move on this as fast as I can. The helicopter just flew over. It took literally 56 seconds right after I turned on my device and my computer. Any of those of you who know me or who have listened to this, what I've had to say, I appreciate it. But also know this channel or whatever these chapters or videos, whatever, they're not monetized. So anyway, if the fact that and this is every single day or night, every time I turn on a device, as I've mentioned in prior chapters, it literally takes them between 30 and 60 seconds, and then they start circling and hovering, and they just stay as they always do anyway, every day. Anyway, the first thing I wanted to lead with here is, if somebody were to ask me what I thought was happening today, right now, and this is very important, if somebody were to ask me, this is what I would say. First of all, people, you need to know who you can believe. Now, this is the whole battle right here. You need to know who you can believe and who you cannot. Now, I would tell you sincerely that, of course, you can trust me, but anybody can tell you that. So don't do it. You would need to go research, as a lot of people say, a lot of things yourself. Hang on. Okay, I'm sorry about that. As usual, where they have me, there's always, when I come around, there's helicopters that fly overhead. There's their permanent plants or supposedly hidden people that's either on staff or staying at the same place that always seem to, be present when I'm around. It's, even though if I make just one single appearance a day, outdoors or in a particular lobby or whatever, they just seem to be there. Anyhow, you need, so anyway, this by the way, is getting back to this. It's not monetized, but things are so bad right now. This is what I would say if somebody were to ask me what I thought. Things are so bad right now, is that I just, something's got to be said already and done, actually. If they were to ask me that, first of all, also, getting back to you need to know who to believe and who you can't. One way to do that, people, is look at the heart of the people or the accounts or whatever, that listen to what they're saying. Their passion will usually give away who they are. As I said in the yesterday's little segment or update that I did, there is a huge Shill deployment lately that has taken place, especially on the popular video sites, that has taken place, and they are mixing at a very potent rate. Now, what that means is they will give you like 95% truth, but they'll give you one bit of information that will steer you in a completely different direction and defeats the purpose of where you're trying to get to. And it makes me just mad as hell. It's unbelievable. Some people have even asked me, well, who the heck are you? I'm just someone who cares about everyone else. So unless you can say that you've been suppressed and oppressed for the past 7 years and have been separated from your family and then kept away from you by means of, of course, limiting or lack of resources, and confined to certain places because of the same reason, then to be able to, let's just say, do things unmonetized, well, I don't really think it's going to probably equal at least the credibility of which I'm speaking to you from. So, going back to what needs to be said in a hurry, because I don't have a lot of time. I did things at breakneck speed today, and I still can't catch up. I've got, literally 4 to 5 whole days of voice notes, and the process to get them from like now until you could even dream of, listening to them or view them or hear them or whatever is, it takes way too long. So I'm going to have to try to do these, which is not going to be possible. But because right now, if people were to ask me what would I say, I would say simply this. America is currently under attack, a serious attack. It is from within, and it is literally to the point where things are being done in a very illegal manner. I just really want to know why, you can track where certain activity comes from, like all of the sudden hurricanes that tend to pop up, and all of the storm activity tends to be generating from one little dot on the radar. And because it's causing so much life to be lost, and as I mentioned yesterday, they actually had I think we all know about the so-called well-produced, news report movie segments that tend to be, sent along with the pre-packaged, what I call pieces of crap that are, put on the supposed 6 and 10 or 11 o'clock news that are told to everybody to pretty much program you. It's the only way I can see and take it. That I take it, for them to literally produce a piece that, if this guy was an actor, says he is a former police officer or whatever, to give it credibility, and then says, I was going to go inside the home shelter, but they got caught killing everybody in there. Really? Okay. It's a fear-generating move. It's a big chess game right now. It's a fear-generating move. This is, again, just what I would say, simply, if somebody asked me. People that have several nasty habits, which I have mentioned to you, I would try to cover, but again, they're doing so much every day, it's almost impossible. So I'll just do what I can, and I hope you can bear with me. If things seem out of number here, like if they seem out of sequence or whatever, just please give me some time. I'll get everything else that I have up, I promise. It's too much to keep up with now, but because this is a state of emergency to me, this is all I can do. So the way I take it, and if somebody asked me what I would say that the nation is currently under a serious state of attack, as it has been for over the past century, but this is the end part of it, and it's the most dangerous part of it. The ones that are responsible for all of this mess, that doesn't have to be, know that they are close, very close. It seems like every time that they are doing some kind of moves, now it seems to be, from what I've seen before, it just seems to be in some sort of, in other words, it indicates panic, only as I can comprehend. Some of the nasty habits I talk about, they have this thing with opposites, duality, and all this stuff. They teach you good versus evil, when actually what has been indicated through what I've seen in front of me is fear versus love. It's fear versus love. And, with love, you can't just say, okay, I love you, and then, oh, I hate you the next. If you don't understand all these people, I got to move fast, so just look it up or ask somebody. But love containing courage, commitment, and consistency, it's that's the 3 C's, C being the third letter in the alphabet. It's the Trinity. It's a holy number. If you don't know much about stuff like alchemy, esotericism, theology, stuff like that, then you need to really ask somebody about stuff that you don't know. I'll be back in part 2 here.